You are the contribution you are here to give the world. Your story, your life experiences, the authentic embodiment of who you were born to be contributes beauty and well-being to the world. I want to give you one important piece of information that might help you defend yourself against any old stories that are keeping you from seeing the necessity for you to fully express who you are in the world.
You're listening to Quantum Revolution with Karen Curry Parker, exploring new frontiers in consciousness, science, and evolution. Join us in intimate conversations with cutting-edge scientists, spiritual leaders, artists, disruptors, and visionaries who are working towards reframing the narrative of our future by healing the rift between spirituality and science, reclaiming creativity, and laying the foundation for a new world. And now, here's your host, Karen Curry Parker.
My great-grandmother was a midwife in Appalachia. She rode through the Blue Ridge Mountains on horseback taking care of young mothers. When a woman came near her time, my great-grandmother would pack up her saddlebags, ride over the hills, and live with the expectant family, cooking and cleaning while waiting for the arrival of the baby. In between midwifery gigs, my great-grandmother was also a revival preacher. While she waited for babies to be born, she would enlist the local community to pitch a tent, and on Sundays, she'd climb a small wooden box so that her 4-foot, 10-inch body could be seen above the crowd while she preached the gospel. I followed in my great-grandmother's footsteps and started my career as a midwife until I fell in love with human design. While I never became a revival preacher, I approached teaching human design with the same zest and zealousness as my great-grandmother preaching and saving lost souls. In the beginning of my human design career, I preached that everyone has a purpose, and that finding your purpose is the only thing you need to unlock passion, action, and direction in your life. I truly believed that if you just lived your purpose, you would do amazing things, never procrastinate again, and make wild profits, have ample energy to fulfill every desire and intention that crossed your mind. I embraced terms like being purpose-driven, and in my oh-so-manifesting generator way, taught that purpose was something that you had to do. No matter how hard I preached purpose and profit, purpose and action, purpose and work, and living the purpose-driven life, my clients still didn't do their purpose. This frustrated me and caused me to preach louder from my Purpose Pulpit. At the time when I was preaching purpose, most of my clients were projectors. It didn't take long for the projectors to put me in my place. They clearly let me know that they couldn't do their purpose. It didn't feel right. They didn't have the energy, and no amount of knowing their purpose could help them put it into some kind of profitable, purpose-driven action. I had no choice but to return to the human design chart to figure out what was actually going on and why was doing your purpose so hard. Human design teaches that your life and soul purpose are encoded in 2 crystalline bodies of energy called the design crystal and the personality crystal. These aren't actual physical crystals, but codes of information that help define who you are in this lifetime. At the moment of your conception, your father's energy calls forth a crystalline code of energy that resides in the earth. This crystalline code of energy, called the design crystal, contains the code for your human life story and purpose. It initiates and manages the process of the development of your body as you grow from undifferentiated cells into a baby. The design crystal carries your gene codes, your epigenetic programming, your ancestral memories, and all the things that make your unique human story. The design crystal is bundled with a special magnet called the magnetic monopole. The magnetic monopole is a magnetic force that only attracts. Your magnetic monopole is encoded with the information that will attract into your life all the experiences you are destined to have that are essential to your life story. The magnetic monopole is also the source of the law of attraction. The events in your life that have seemed fated or part of an unavoidable destiny are encoded in your magnetic monopole. As we evolve, our ability to consciously program our monopole is growing, and we are gaining more control over what we attract into our lives. The third component, the personality crystal, contains the code for your soul purpose. It enters the body at the moment of your birth. At birth, the design crystal takes up resonance in the ajna center, the magnetic monopole resides in the G center, and the personality crystal is located in the head center. The combination of the design crystal, the personality crystal, and the magnetic monopole help define the field of choices you are choosing from over the course of your life. The full range of potentials you can choose for your life is extensive, and you certainly won't run out of options in what you create in your reality. The limitation of possibilities is significant because it helps define who you perceive yourself to be in your current incarnation. This combination of codes also makes you a unique, once-in-a-lifetime cosmic event. Just like we all carry the entire human genome, we all have all of the human design chart. Openness, the white parts in your chart, is simply energy that we experience from others. Definition, the colored parts in your chart, is part of our life curriculum and what we learn about from our own life experiences. The chart itself is a blueprint for the potential of the entire human story. In this next section, I'm going to explore with you the chart as a blueprint. What I'm going to share with you about purpose in the chart is true of all of us and isn't dependent on what is defined or open in your personal chart. To live your life as the fullest expression of the potential of your human design chart is your purpose. There are 2 centers in the chart that give you a lot of information about what you need to truly fulfill your purpose. The 2 centers associated with purpose are the will center and the G center. Both of these 2 centers correlate to the heart chakra in the Hindu chakra system. Our purpose is literally rooted in the heart. The will center, associated with our physical heart, represents our personal identity and our unique life purpose. The G center, associated with what is often referred to as the high heart by energy medicine practitioners, represents our higher self or our soul purpose. The will center corresponds to our ego. The ego is often associated with its shadow expression, swagger, selfishness, and narcissism. In truth, the will center is the center tied to our sense of value, our self-worth, and our sustainability. The shadow expression of ego is a symptom of overcompensating for low self-worth. The ego, represented by the will center, is essential for fulfilling your purpose. Your personal self is essential to fulfilling the bigger role that you play in the cosmic plan. Your ego represents your personal identity, the you who is here to implement your part of the cosmic plan. The will center is also associated with sustainability. The will center gives us energy in cycles. The healthy use of will invites us to explore the balance between work and rest. When we have a healthy sense of self-worth, we value ourselves enough to take care of ourselves, rest, and even play. We inherently understand that to fulfill our unique and vital role in the world, we have to rest, we have to nurture ourselves in order to stay sustainable. The will center is where we experience the physical manifestation of turning value into form. This is the center that regulates the energy of money, possessions, resources, and commerce. It is a very materialistic energy center that lends itself to measuring value with things and numbers. In the shadow of this energy, we take our value from how much money we have or how many possessions we own. One way to understand these energies and how they work together is through the concept of endurance. In order to keep generating resources and material goods, we have to have sustainable energy. To have sustainable energy, we must rest. In order to rest, we must believe that our contribution to the world is so valuable that we are worthy of resting enough to sustain it. Any disruption in this cycle, and we find ourselves pushing with energy we don't have and potentially burning out. Not only that, if we spend our energy trying to prove our value or hide our authentic self because we don't believe in our value, we run the risk of using our vital energy to maintain a facade. Anytime you say yes to what you want to say no to, anytime you pretend to be something you're not, and anytime you devalue who you were born to be, You use your energy to hide out instead of to express yourself. And anytime we do this, we run the risk of burning out. Interestingly, there is also mysticism in the center, which helps us to better understand the ego. By nature, we each have a differentiated ego or human self. And this differentiation says, I'm part of the puzzle, and I have to do my part very well to be of service to the greater good. And so, we are meant to surrender our ego and use our uniqueness as a foundation for service toward the well-being of others. This may look like supporting people financially and materially, as well as through other resources like teaching or providing clean water and air. When we surrender the energies of the will center, such as money, things of value, the ego, personal will, etc., to something greater than ourselves, we allow our individual lives to serve the betterment of others. Here are some contemplations for you. Do you value yourself? Do you trust Source? How do you measure your value? What needs to be healed, released, aligned, or brought to your awareness for you to know your unique, vital, and irreplaceable role in the cosmic plan? The G center, associated with the liver and blood, represents our higher purpose and the themes that highlight the potential of our collective human story. The shadow of the G center can cause you to question your lovability and challenges your self-acceptance. The shadow of the G center can also make you feel lost or directionless. The G center is the center for love and direction. We literally take our direction from love. The G center shows us that our personal narrative is essential to living aligned with our purpose. In other words, the stories we tell about who we are, our identity, set the tone and the direction for what we attract into our lives. Remember that the G center is the seat of the magnetic monopole, the magnetic force that attracts experiences into your life. Love is the force that calibrates the monopole, influencing the kinds of experiences and relationships you call into your life. The more you love yourself and others and take back control over the story you tell about who you are and how you are, the more you calibrate your heart to attract what you need to fulfill your story. One of the most interesting things to note about the G center is that it isn't a motor. It has no energy for doing, only being. When we be who we decide we want to be and we love and value ourselves, we calibrate the magnetic resonance field of the heart, the magnetic monopole, to bring us experiences that match our personal narrative. There is nothing that we have to do except make sure that we craft a darn good story about who we are, a story that includes a high degree of self-love and self-worth. The more we love ourselves and value ourselves, the more we calibrate our heart to create a life that reflects our lovability and our value. Here are some contemplations for you. Do you feel accepted for who you are? Do you compromise who you are to please others? Do you feel safe to fully be yourself? Do you feel lovable? What stories do you tell about who you are? Are they good stories? Are they stories that are true and worthy of you? Do you need to rewrite any of them to make them better? Purpose also lives in two channels in the human design chart. The first channel is the 2551, the channel of the Priestess or the Shaman in traditional human design, the channel of higher purpose in quantum human design. The second channel is the 1-8, the channel of inspiration in traditional human design, the channel of self-fulfillment in quantum human design. The channel 5125 connects the will center to the G center and is often referred to as the channel of the shaman or the priestess. In the metaphor of the shaman dies to the personal self, the ego, and emerges aligned with their higher purpose. This channel shows us that to fulfill your higher purpose, you have to transcend your personal experiences and life disruptions and to see them as catalysts that help you align with your higher purpose. The process of discovering the value of your life and allowing the ego to serve the higher self helps you use your life to serve the heart's direction and purpose, to align life with love. The journey illuminated by this channel reminds us that we are here to serve something bigger than our personal life story, but at the same time, reminding us that our personal life story is an essential part of something bigger. Maturity, wisdom, and the fulfillment of purpose happens when you discover that your life is essential to the well-being of the world. When you stop trying to prove your value and learn to trust that you are here as a once-in-a-lifetime cosmic event, you start contributing the beauty and the value of who you are to the beauty of the world. Some contemplations for you. Do you trust Source? Can you find the higher purpose in your life experiences? How have your past experiences helped you contribute to others? How have your past experiences initiated you into a deeper understanding of your purpose? The channel 1-8, the channel of inspiration, is often associated with creativity. We often associate creativity with arts and crafts, but in truth, we are all creatives, crafting our lives and contributing to the world through the fulfillment of the potential of our personal story and maximizing the relentlessly authentic expression of who we are born to be. There is tremendous fear and pressure in this channel. The fear here is that we are failing our life purpose and mission. If we are mistakenly pushing to fulfill our life purpose by trying to do it instead of be it, we run the risk of feeling anxious and even bitter, struggling to get recognition instead of allowing ourselves to fully embody the story of who we are. There's also great vulnerability here, especially if you have this channel or any other channel from the G center to the throat center defined or colored in. If you have this in your chart, it means that you speak from the heart. It's a gentle but powerful configuration that can cause you to hide who you are if you don't feel safe, loved, or accepted for who you are. The power of this channel lies in the understanding that the contribution that you are here to give the world is not anything that you create or do. You are the contribution you are here to give the world. Your story, your life experiences, the authentic embodiment of who you were born to be contributes beauty and well-being to the world. The more relentlessly authentic you are, the more you co-regulate the energy in the spaces you fill, blazing a trail of potential authenticity for everyone around you. This truly is the purpose of your life, to change and heal the world by being the complete fulfillment of the person you were born to be. Some contemplations around this for you. Are you honest with the world about who you are? What needs to be released, healed, aligned, or brought to your awareness for you to more deeply express your authentic self? What stories do you have about yourself that need to be rewritten? The gate 2, the gate of allowing. Lastly, I want to give you one important piece of information that might help you defend yourself against any old stories that are keeping you from seeing the necessity for you to fully express who you are in the world. The gate 2, the gate most closely associated with the magnetic monopole, is the most receptive energy in the entire human design chart. This gate teaches us that when we are fully and relentlessly authentic in our self-expression, we are designed to receive all the support and resources we need to fulfill the true story of who we are born to be. The opposite is also true. When we fail to be authentic, hide who we are from the world, deny the value and the worthiness of our existence, we actually block the flow of abundance and support. You are literally designed to be supported in every way when you are true to yourself. Some contemplations for you. Do you believe that you deserve to be supported? If not, what needs to change? How much support do you allow in your life? Do you ask for help when you need it? How much do you trust that you can fully be supported? It took a while to realize that purpose by design isn't about doing, but rather about cultivating the will and the sense of worth to stay true to yourself, no matter what is happening or going on around you. The chart reveals that our purpose lies in becoming the fulfillment of the potential of our unique place in the world. Activating your purpose is more about having the courage and the will to have an authentic story about who you are that is bigger and stronger than any limiting beliefs you've been conditioned by. Not only that, the more we tell the story of who we are and create our lives to be a manifestation of this story, the more we calibrate our hearts to expand upon this story. Our purpose is not so much about doing, but preparing, expanding, receiving, and ultimately sharing who we are with the world. This process of constantly calibrating and aligning our lives with who we are designed to be is an expansive and attractive state that has the power to influence the energy in a room without you having to say a single word. Your purpose is elegantly and effortlessly activated when you simply be the person you are designed to be. This is the pulpit I find myself preaching from these days. Be yourself. Love yourself. Be relentlessly and unapologetically who you were born to be. The simple act of simply being yourself confers upon you all the support and abundance you need to create the wave of influence you desire. You being you matters. You being you changes the world. If you'd like some help to kickstart your capacity to live true to your purpose, get your free Quantum Human Design Chart at freehumandesignchart.com. I'm Dr. Karen Curry Parker. Thank you for joining me for Quantum Revolution. Here's to better stories of possibility, fulfillment, and abundance.
Thank you for joining us on Quantum Revolution with Karen Curry Parker. For more information on how to change your world, visit quantumrevolutionpodcast.com. Make sure you follow us on your favorite podcasting platform so you don't miss a single episode of Quantum Revolution. We'll see you next time for some more groundbreaking conversations with Karen and her guests. How will you impact your world today?